In the next song, one can almost imagine a film on the big screen. It's it's clearly visual.
Yeah.
It's the one called Bigger Than the Hollywood Sign.
Yeah. And it hasn't always been called that. It hasn't always been called that. When I wrote it, it was called Elizabeth, about Elizabeth Taylor. I bought a book, and if you look on my bookshelf, I've got about 25 books, which I've read the first 6 chapters of, because I bought them in an airport, read them on the plane, and then didn't get back to it. So I bought this book about Elizabeth Taylor, about her life, and funnily enough, she had a mother who was very dominating and knew exactly what Elizabeth should do. And Elizabeth wanted to be an actress, and her mother really wanted her to be an actress and wanted her to get a good contract. And they made a deal because James Dean was very popular, but James Dean was gay. And you weren't supposed to know that. And they had to find out how we're going to be. These days, it doesn't matter, but back then, James Dean was on everybody's, on the motorbike, and and he's really, and the girls would say, "Oh, James Dean," but he didn't like girls. And they made a deal that Elizabeth Taylor and him should pretend to be girlfriend, boyfriend, and there was cameramen when she kissed him the first time and whatever, and it was, and that gave her a contract. I thought that's interesting. That's a really weird way of getting a contract because your mother wants you to be a famous star. And so I wrote this song called Elizabeth, and we recorded it in 2014 when this was recorded with Joseph Parsons' band, and I hated it. I hated it because I was the chorus was Elizabeth, and I was Elizabeth, and the song, I really loved the song because the band play a really great groove, which is, there's nothing else on the record like it. They've got this beat going like, which I think, it's a shame to put this off the record. And I was gonna leave it off the record. And every time I went back and listened, the band were going, and I thought, I have to do something with this song. So I thought, okay, you hate the bit about Elizabeth, so do something about it. So I did. I had a cup of coffee and thought, what could it be? So I changed the title. So now I sing Bigger Than the Hollywood Sign. And it wasn't quite finished. I got Lotte in to sing backing vocals, and I got Tommy in to play a bit of guitar on it as well. And that's what I do. I sort of just have it, listen to it and say, what do I need here? What would finish it off? And that, for me, finished it off really well. It changed, it morphed out of a song which I was going to throw in the bin to a song which I really like.
You are happy with it now?
Very happy with it. I know you're not supposed to say you like your own things, but I do actually like this one, yeah.
Of course you're supposed to say
okay,
that.
Yeah.
Come on, let's hear it.
Yeah, let's hear it.
Bigger Than the Hollywood Sign.
Yeah.
Tell me about it, the Hollywood sign.